Welcome to Daddy's Money Garage, and also welcome to my beautiful backyard. That being said, this is a Tennessee backyard, and what is in every Tennessee backyard, John?
Garbage?
Yeah, accurate, because old truck. You ever heard that adage, they don't build them like they used to? That was coined by older people nowadays. Is older a nice word?
Grumpy people.
Age-challenged person.
People of advanced experience.
Age-challenged people used this to describe vehicles that got more technology than they had ever seen before. The irony of that statement is that those same people started that whole trend, and this is the era where it began. I've owned this truck for 15 years, so I can give you a pretty good opinion on this pile of magnificence. This is a 1989 Ford F-150 XLT Lariat?
Used to call it Larray, and we roasted you all the time because you thought it was French.
You still roast me all the time. What does Lariat mean?
Nothing.
It's like a knot and a rope, a lasso thing? I don't know.
It means nothing.
They used to put trim names on these trucks like Ranger and like Clydesdale and Tradesman, or I don't know, Cheyenne, Jeff. XLT Lariat was the highest trim level of the F-150 in this generation. XL Custom was the base model. Now, if that's not fluffing things up, then I don't know what is. This truck was born in an era where the truck was starting to become more than a work vehicle. People started using them as family vehicles, because in generations previous to this one, and this is an 8th gen, you didn't get a lot of options. You got like maybe air conditioning, 4-wheel drive was a big one, but the thing is that this shift happened back then because the options you could get for trucks were to help it do truck stuff and work, like PTOs and stuff like that. But this is when options started to be like creature comforts. So new for 1989 was carpet. I think even that was still optional. But this one has the luxurious option of carpet. XLT Lariat's only got this beautiful, totally real wood trim. Totally not held in with just little pieces of plastic or anything. They sure don't build them like they used to. You know, this interior is actually in very, very, very good shape. But do they know how to make windows that roll down properly? Kind of. It still kind of works. Build quality. It's not built as well as a Toyota.
No.
The body is not what people really are talking about. They're talking about the engine and everything around it, aren't they? This generation of truck could have been ordered with a variety of engines, be it the 4.9 liter straight 6, 302, 351. I think the 460 was still kicking around at this point. And then the 6.9 diesel and the 7.3 diesel, but I don't think you could get that in an F-150. There it is. Oh god, there's gonna be small creatures living in this now.
Yeah, you might want to check that one for acorns, bud.
Well, the good thing is that it's a Ford, so it doesn't run. 300 straight 6, well known to go for like 300, 400 miles before having a problem. This engine was designed in 1965, and they put it in tractors, you know, airport tugs, anything that was going to be pulling a heavy load that nobody wanted to pay the price for a diesel. If you couldn't afford a diesel, you got the 300 straight 6. And 300 cubic inches for a 6-cylinder is huge. I mean, look at this thing. This engine is absolutely gigantic. 300 cubic inches for a 6-cylinder is no joke. Do you think it's fast?
No.
Absolutely not. No. This thing's screaming doing 80 miles an hour, but it'll pull a house down. And they go for an extremely, extremely long time. That's why people love these engines.
How long did it last?
Oh yeah, I am one of the few people on this planet to have ever killed a 300 straight 6, and I've probably got clips of that process happening actually on my phone. So
yeah.
If they are, I'll put them in.
Yeah, we do.
I've owned this truck for 15 years, I guess, now. And it was my first truck, my first car, my first anything with wheels that moved. It was that. John and I, we've had some good times on this truck, haven't we?
That sounds suggestive, but fun. Yes, has been had.
We've never had problems in this vehicle, have we?
That's a lie.
It's never broken down, ever.
Not true at all.
No, not a problem. They sure don't build them like they used to. About a year after I got this truck, the transmission exploded. First and second gear synchro just failed out of nowhere. After I had it rebuilt, the bushings in the shifter actually wore out, so you couldn't tell what gear it was in anymore. About 3 months after that, the slave cylinder failed again. After that, the fuel pump went out, and that's a whole other story that I'll get to in a second, because these have got an ingenious fuel system, let me tell you. One time me and John were driving home from a hookah bar downtown, and the slave cylinder went out for a third time. The alternator failed, the drive shaft fell out, the computer failed twice, the air conditioning got fixed and worked for a month even after replacing literally everything in the system to where nothing could have possibly failed. The engine got completely replaced. Everything that's under this hood that was ever touched got replaced. And then I took it to get new tires put on it, and they told me the frame was broken. So you know what I did? I paid for the tires and drug it home, and it sat here until last year when I got the frame fixed, and it was fixed beautifully. Sabrina's dad, my future father-in-law, who's a master welder, fixed the frame. I could finally get it back on the road. It was broken in a place only where the steering box mounts to the frame. So like nothing crazy, it's just, it was down here. Not even a structural part of the truck. And then a week later, the fuel pump went out again. I am convinced that this truck is self-aware and doesn't want to work. You can't make it work, it doesn't want to. So let's talk about this fueling system, right? I don't know what they were doing at Ford in the 80s.
Could have been drugs.
Could have been drugs. When fuel injection came around in 1987 for the 300 straight 6, they needed to beef up the pressure of the system so it would actually fire injectors. They did that by taking the mechanical pump off of the engine that's like 7 pounds or whatever, and putting an electric low pressure pump in the gas tank. And then they sat back and they're like, huh, that's not enough to fire the injectors. We got to figure this out. So let's just put an inline high pressure pump under the driver's seat that actually provides the pressure to fire the injectors. That'll never have a problem, ever. I've replaced that high pressure pump that's under the seat right here about 3 times. And the one in the tank has been replaced once. It still doesn't run. I want this truck to run so badly because this is my first vehicle and I can never find a reason to get rid of it because I will never make any money off of it. You think the Jet was a money pit? This is Prometheus.
Transmission, engine, everything attached to the transmission and the engine several times over. It's a lot.
Let's talk about this panel back here. The silver panel, this is the hard one to find. This one, the ones that's actually worth money. They don't build them like they used to, John. They don't pull them like they used to. I wonder if it still opens. Yeah, it still opens. The last time I worked on this truck, John, was to take out the marker light bulbs to put in the Jet. Now it doesn't have marker lights. It's got a CB radio, which I like to call Car Xbox Live Lobby, because that's pretty much what everybody does. You just talk mad trash about everybody on the radio waves. One little bit of personal addition that I've done. This beautiful shift knob. Me and my dad made it. That is a Mark II hand grenade dummy that has been drilled for set screws and put in as a shift knob. Also, this seat is from a 77, so the previous owner, I'm the second owner, they put it in there because the 89 seat was apparently just so trashed that you just couldn't use it. And even then, this seat's trashed. I put this cover on it.
You just stepped on my sunglasses that dropped.
Oh, they're okay.
Are they?
Yeah, they're fine. They don't build these like they used to, John. It's got a big old tear down there. But other than that, it's fine. The only thing is that the 89 seat had headrests and like fold down armrests, and that was
yeah, it had
luxury.
cup holders.
Yeah, it had cup holders, of which this truck does not have them because the seat's missing. So is the whole they don't build them like they used to true, or is it just nostalgia? Because this is Daddy's truck to a lot of even our generation.
Practically yes to both, because they don't build them like this anymore. You know, they're quiet and you can cruise on the highway. Your air conditioning works longer than 3 months.
We just can't have that. It's not built well unless things break, John. That's the logic. Oh yeah, it's 4-wheel drive. It's got manual hubs. It does work. That is the one thing that does work on this truck. This is the last vehicle I own to show everybody in at least my part of the fleet. Are we gonna do something with this?
Well, it's missing a battery and it doesn't run, but
That battery is missing because I traded it in for the core on the Optima that's in the Jet. At some point, I would like to get the Ford back on the road because I do love that truck as much as I've talked crap about it. I feel like I've earned the right to talk crap about it. I own it and I've dealt with it. One more thing before we go though, John, we did receive a package. It was from our good friend, Dr. Art. I have not opened it yet. Oh, I don't have a means to open it. Can you help? You have any guesses as to what's in here, John?
No. Oh, no.
Yes! This is definitely for me. You want a Hawaiian shirt, John? Yes. Absolutely.
So that's all you, brother.
Dude, hell yeah. If you hate my Hawaiian shirts, you can just keep on hating them. Oh, there's more stuff in here. Lotion, that's for you. Outdoor hunting, military survival. Oh, wow. I'm gonna use this on the truck later, I think. And then there is a book. This will go on the rack. Yes. Well, John, I'm very happy with this package. Thank you, Dr. Art. I'm going to wear every single one of these Hawaiian shirts at once, at some point, for fun.
Probably.
Fear me, mortals, for I have become death.
You are one gold Desert Eagle away from looking like the bad guy in every video game I played in the 90s.
Mission accomplished. I guess we're done. Oh yeah, did we do anything with the Cadillac?
Not really.
Oh yeah, mainly because I just didn't show up.
Yeah.
Whoops. Tune in next time for Cadillac content. Like and subscribe, and so I can buy more Hawaiian shirts.
Or just send him some. The ugliest ones you've ever seen.
I'll wear them. Catch you in the next one.
See y'all.